Introduction, Effective Stakeholder Communication. Palo Pro Data Sync, a fictional story on effective stakeholder communication featuring the Walking Dead characters. In the heart of Palo Pro, the team was working tirelessly on Data Sync, a cutting-edge software that would revolutionize real-time data integration for global corporations. After multiple successful sprints, the Agile team, led by Rick Grimes as the project manager, was moving from the execution phase toward the final closing phase of the project. Phase 1, Execution and the Challenge. As the Data Sync project neared completion, the team hit an unexpected snag: a lag in the real-time data integration feature that had slipped through testing. Mitch On, the sharp and efficient lead of the UI/UX team, was quick to spot the issue. Rick knew this was a delicate situation, as they needed to inform the stakeholders before proceeding with the fix. Rick sat down to draft a critical email to Negan, the senior stakeholder. He didn't sugarcoat the issue, but he didn't deliver it with Negan's signature dramatic flair either. Instead, Rick laid out the problem clearly, explained the impact it could have on the timeline, and most importantly, proposed solutions that could fix the lag with minimal delay. His focus was on transparency and actionable solutions. Phase 2, Stakeholder Communication in Action. Rick's email to Negan was a masterclass in handling project setbacks. Negan, impressed by the clarity and professionalism, responded promptly, approving the proposed solution. Rick had ensured the email was concise, respectful, and solution-oriented, keeping the trust between the project team and the stakeholders intact. Once Negan had given the green light, Rick shifted gears and began preparing the closeout report. This report would showcase the overall project's impact to Daryl Dixon, the executive stakeholder in charge of evaluating project performance. The closeout report would highlight how the team overcame challenges, including the real-time lag, and how the fixes were implemented efficiently, minimizing disruption. Phase 3, Lessons from Hilltop Solutions. In the past, Rick had observed a project led by Carol and Maggie for a company called Hilltop Solutions, where the team faced similar communication challenges. They had taught Rick the importance of effective dialogue across all levels of the project. Taking those lessons to heart, Rick applied these communication techniques by drafting emails, compiling reports, and creating executive summaries. Every document he produced was framed to be clear, solution-focused, and written with the team's challenges and triumphs in mind. Rather than dwelling on the setbacks, Rick made sure the stakeholders saw the positive outcomes and how the team's adaptability ensured the project's success. Phase 4, Wrapping up with personal impact. As Data Sync neared its official launch, Rick took a moment to reflect on the project's journey. He knew that effective communication had been a vital part of navigating the ups and downs of the project. Completing his personal impact report, Rick detailed the experiences, challenges, and growth he had encountered. This report would serve as a reflection on how far he had come as a project manager and the pivotal role that clear and proactive communication played in their success. Conclusion, the future of Palo Pro. With Data Sync ready to launch, the project team, led by Rick, had learned invaluable lessons along the way. The project had proven to be more than just a technological innovation. It had been a journey in stakeholder management and effective communication. From Rick's initial email to Negan, to the closeout report for Daryl, every interaction reinforced the importance of keeping all parties informed and engaged. As the dust settled, Rick and his team Mitch On, Daryl, Carol, and Maggie knew they were more prepared than ever to tackle the next challenge. Palo Pro's future looked bright, with Data Sync set to change the world of real-time data integration, and the lessons in communication ensuring that they would continue to grow and succeed in every project they undertook. Detailed summary, Introduction, Effective Stakeholder Communication. Focus on execution and closing phases, continue with the project execution phase. Transition to the project closing phase in the project life cycle. Stakeholder communication skills, demonstrate communication with stakeholders by writing an email to a senior stakeholder about a problem. Show ability to wrap up a project by creating a closeout report for executive stakeholders. Importance of communication in project management, emphasis on communication as a key part of effective project management. Practice observing communication, observe communication dynamics within the SourceSpoon team. Execute communication techniques based on these observations. Communication techniques to be practiced, drafting emails to stakeholders. Creating a closeout report. Writing an executive summary. Personal impact report. At the end of the course, create a personal impact report to reflect on your experiences. Next steps, prepare for a video discussing communication about project problems. Communicating project problems. Palo Pro Data Sync. The Real Estate Renegades. A fictional story on communicating project problems. In the tech-savvy offices of Palo Pro, the Data Sync project was reaching its final stages, but not without challenges. Rick Grimes, the project manager, led a determined agile team known for its tenacity, much like his own survival group during the apocalypse. Alongside him were Daryl Dixon as the senior developer, Carol Peltier as the operations lead, and Maggie Green heading the QA team. Together, they had one mission: ensure data sync, their real-time data integration tool, delivered on time, despite the unexpected hurdles. Phase 1, a critical issue emerges. Just as the data sync project was getting ready to move into final testing, the team encountered a major problem. Key integration with the real estate renegade's internal CRM system started to malfunction. Several tasks related to syncing property data between the platform and external client systems were falling behind schedule due to API connection failures. Rick knew this wasn't a simple fix that could stay within the team. Escalation was necessary. He would need to communicate the issue to Negan, the senior stakeholder overseeing the project from the client's side. But how could Rick communicate this effectively? He needed to synthesize the issue from the various sources, including error logs, team discussions, and performance metrics. Phase 2, synthesizing the problem. Rick gathered the relevant details. The API issue was causing delays in syncing data across multiple clients. Conversations with Daryl revealed that these delays were due to slow responses from third-party providers. Carol identified that, unless they resolved the issue quickly, the project deliverables would be at risk. Instead of simply flooding Negan with all the documentation, logs, and email threads, Rick knew he had to synthesize the problem into a clear, one-sentence summary. His task was to present the problem in a way that provided a solution and made it easy for Negan to respond. After analyzing the situation, Rick composed the following email to Negan. Subject: API sync delays affecting deliverables. A proposed solution. Hi Negan, we're experiencing delays with the CRM API sync due to slower than expected response times from our third-party provider. This is impacting our timeline for the final deliverable. To mitigate this, we recommend hiring a secondary provider for additional capacity. Otherwise, we'll need to adjust the launch date by 2 weeks. Looking forward to your thoughts, Rick. Phase 3, communicating the problem effectively. By keeping his message short and focused, Rick made it easy for Negan to see both the problem and the solution. Negan responded quickly, agreeing to bring in a secondary provider to ensure the deadlines would be met. Rick's approach exemplified the power of effective communication in project management. Rather than burdening the stakeholder with complex documentation, he synthesized the relevant information into a concise message and provided a clear solution, giving Negan a decision framework that was easy to work with. Phase 4, final lessons from the Renegades. In reflecting on the situation, Rick drew parallels between the data sync project and a previous assignment to the real estate Renegades pilot. During that pilot, Rick had learned the hard way that overloading stakeholders with details can lead to delays and confusion. Maggie had once advised him, less is more, Rick. Give them the key points and let them decide. He took that advice to heart for the data sync project. After resolving the API issue, Rick turned his attention toward completing the final project documentation, including a detailed closeout report for Negan and the executive stakeholders. This report highlighted the challenges they had overcome and how quick communication had ensured the project stayed on track. Conclusion: stakeholder communication done right. Through his experience with data sync, Rick Grimes had learned that communicating project problems requires not just honesty but also strategic synthesis of information. Presenting both the problem and a proposed solution gives stakeholders like Negan the tools to act decisively. By focusing on clear and effective communication, Rick ensured that the data sync project was delivered on time, leaving both his team and the stakeholders satisfied with the outcome. In the world of Palo Pro, Rick's team had become known as the real estate renegades, a group that never let obstacles stand in the way of success, thanks to their ability to communicate and adapt at every turn. Introduction to communicating key project aspects. Previously, you practiced communicating about deliverables, scope, timeline, and budget. This segment focuses on how to communicate project problems effectively. Synthesizing project problems for senior stakeholders. The upcoming activity teaches how to summarize a project problem into a one-sentence overview for senior stakeholders. Project managers frequently combine information from various sources, for example, conversations, emails, documents. Synthesizing helps with communicating in meetings, writing documentation, and emailing teams or stakeholders. Effective communication of project problems. Communicating project problems is a core responsibility of project managers. While minor problems can often be addressed within the team, some issues need to be escalated to senior stakeholders for guidance and next steps. Stakeholders shouldn't need to sift through different documents or email threads to understand the problem. The project manager's role is to synthesize relevant information into a coherent summary that clearly communicates the issue. Writing an effective one-sentence overview. The key to an effective problem summary is synthesizing information from emails, presentations, meeting notes, and other sources. Simply sharing a project plan is insufficient because it doesn't provide a complete picture of the problem. The 1 to 2 sentence overview should help stakeholders quickly understand the issue and guide decision-making. Example scenario: if several tasks are overdue due to supplier delays and affect the final deliverable, the project manager should summarize this and propose a solution like hiring a second supplier or delaying the launch date. Proposing solutions alongside problems. When presenting problems to stakeholders, it's important to also offer a solution. This allows stakeholders to either agree, disagree, or suggest an alternative. The project manager's role includes not only communicating the problem but also suggesting a path forward. Review and summary. Communicating project problems is part of the project manager's job. Synthesizing information from multiple sources into a clear summary is crucial. The upcoming activity will focus on practicing this skill by creating a 1 to 2 sentence problem overview for the Source and Spoon tablet pilot. Next steps. After practicing the problem overview, the next video will provide more insights into communicating project problems. What should your first step be when potential problems arise? A. Escalate the issue to senior stakeholders. B. Communicate the issue to your manager. C. Synthesize information from multiple sources to form a coherent summary of the issue. D. Share the details of the issue with your team. When potential problems arise, the most effective first step is often to synthesize information from multiple sources to form a coherent summary of the issue. Option C. Here's why this approach is beneficial. Importance of synthesizing information. 1. Clarity and understanding. Gathering information from various sources helps you understand the problem more thoroughly. This clarity is essential before taking any further action. 2. Informed decision-making. A well-synthesized summary allows you to present the issue comprehensively, making it easier to decide on the next steps, whether that involves escalating the issue or communicating it to your team or manager. 3. Effective communication. When you have a clear understanding of the issue, you can communicate it more effectively to stakeholders, ensuring that everyone is on the same page. 4. Prioritization. Synthesizing information helps in identifying the severity and urgency of the problem, which is crucial for prioritizing actions. Next steps. After synthesizing the information, you can then consider the following actions based on the context of the issue. Communicate the issue to your manager. Option B. Once you have a clear understanding, your manager may need to be informed. Share the details with your team. Option D. If the issue affects the team, sharing it can foster collaboration on finding a solution. Escalate to senior stakeholders. Option A. If the issue is significant and requires higher-level intervention, you can escalate it appropriately. In summary, synthesizing information is a proactive first step that sets the stage for effective problem resolution. Fictional story, Palo Pro Data Sync. A Rick Grimes dilemma. At Palo Pro Data Sync, Rick Grimes was the project manager for a critical integration between the company's data synchronization tool and a major real estate software. This was a high-stakes project, and the senior stakeholders, including CEO Negan and CTO Carroll, were keen on hitting the aggressive deadline. However, the project hit a snag. Key deliverables were delayed, and supplier issues threatened the final rollout. Rick knew that before escalating the problem, he needed to take a step back and gather as much information as possible. Following his years of leadership both in and out of the office, he began by synthesizing all available data to get a clear understanding of the issue. Synthesizing the problem. Gathering information from multiple sources, Rick reviewed emails from the development team led by John, combed through meeting notes from Daryl's supply chain discussions, and dug into performance reports from Rosetta, who was managing external partnerships with suppliers. This allowed Rick to see the big picture. Clarity and understanding. From these sources, Rick discovered that one of the key suppliers for server hardware had missed their last 2 delivery deadlines, significantly delaying integration testing. The development team, meanwhile, had been waiting on critical parts, which put the entire schedule in jeopardy. Informed decision-making, Rick realized that unless the supplier issue was addressed, the project would miss its final milestone, affecting Palo Pro's ability to launch the service to their real estate partners. The supplier's inconsistency was a serious issue that couldn't be ignored. Rick also identified alternative solutions, like reaching out to another supplier or adjusting the timeline. Effective communication. Rick knew he needed to present this clearly to the senior stakeholders. So, he drafted a concise summary. Due to delays from our primary hardware supplier, several critical integration tasks have run past their deadlines. I recommend onboarding an additional supplier or adjusting our final rollout date to avoid further delays. Presenting the problem to stakeholders. Communicating to senior stakeholders, Rick scheduled a meeting with Negan and Carroll. When he presented the situation, he proposed 2 clear options: hire an additional supplier to meet the timeline or push back the deadline by 2 weeks. His concise summary allowed them to make an informed decision quickly. Collaborating with the team. After receiving approval from Negan to engage a second supplier, Rick brought the development and procurement teams together, explaining the changes and encouraging them to collaborate on fast-tracking the integration. The outcome. With the new supplier in place, the hardware arrived on time, and John's development team completed the integration without further delays. Thanks to Rick's clear communication and leadership, Palo Pro Data Sync successfully launched its tool to the real estate market, earning praise from senior stakeholders and clients alike. Lessons from Rick's leadership at Palo Pro Data Sync. Clarity through synthesis. By gathering information from multiple sources, Rick was able to fully understand the problem before taking action, leading to informed decisions and effective communication. Proactive problem solving. Rick's decision to synthesize information first allowed him to prioritize the problem and propose actionable solutions to his stakeholders. Stakeholder communication. By presenting a clear and concise summary of the problem with proposed solutions, Rick ensured that stakeholders could quickly assess the situation and move forward with confidence. At Palo Pro Data Sync, Rick Grimes continued to show that synthesizing information before escalating problems was the key to overcoming obstacles and ensuring project success. Chris, the art of problem solving. The real estate renegades, Rick Grimes and Reldeal Pro. In the fast-paced world of commercial real estate, Rick Grimes found himself leading a project for the launch of Palo Pro's Reldeal Pro, a cutting-edge cold-calling software designed specifically for real estate agents. As the project manager, Rick was tasked with getting the tool up and running for the Real Estate Renegades, a top real estate agency. His team included Daryl Dixon, the tech lead, John, in charge of marketing, Glenn, the CRM and client liaison, and Maggie, who oversaw user testing. The problem emerges. Everything seemed to be moving smoothly until they ran into a major issue. The team was in the final phase of rolling out the AI-powered call prioritization feature, a key element of Reldeal Pro that would use market data to help agents prioritize high-potential leads. However, the system began prioritizing leads in the wrong areas, pushing agents to make calls to properties that weren't relevant to their market. This was a scope problem that risked derailing the entire project. Rick Grimes steps in. Rick gathered his team for an emergency meeting to solve the issue. He immediately recognized the problem as a scope issue where the AI was pulling data beyond the specified geographical boundaries of the project. As the team reviewed the problem, they realized it wasn't just the data, it was a systemic issue in how the market trends were being analyzed by the AI. Daryl pointed out that the software was pulling global data rather than focusing on the relevant regional areas, which had been outlined in the initial scope. Root cause analysis. Following his problem-solving framework, Rick encouraged the team to focus on the root cause rather than the immediate symptoms. They discovered that the AI algorithms had been set up with too broad a filter, which was causing the misalignment. Rick tasked Daryl and Glenn with revising the algorithm to filter data specific to the region and property types they needed. Coming up with a plan. Rick outlined a clear plan. Daryl would reprogram the AI filters to focus only on local property data. John would adjust the marketing materials to reflect the improved accuracy of the AI feature. Glenn would update the CRM integration, ensuring the right leads were targeted and synced correctly. Maggie would conduct a new round of testing once the changes were made. Rick also ensured they kept the team on track with their timeline by reallocating some of the remaining budget to accelerate development without cutting into other project areas. Solving the issue. After implementing the fixes and testing thoroughly, the AI-powered feature was working perfectly. The team successfully rolled out Reldeal Pro with its advanced lead prioritization system, making it a huge hit among real estate agents. Lessons learned. Through this experience, Rick demonstrated that problem-solving wasn't just about fixing the immediate issue, but digging deeper to find the underlying cause. By working closely with his team, managing the project scope effectively, and using clear communication, Rick ensured that the project not only stayed on track but ultimately exceeded expectations. The real estate renegades successfully deployed Palo Pro's Reldeal Pro, giving agents a powerful tool to boost efficiency and close more deals. Thanks to Rick's leadership and the team's problem-solving skills, they turned a potential disaster into a major win for the company. Introduction to Chris' role. Chris is a program manager at Google working on search. Manages programs building features for millions of users across many languages and surfaces. Problem-solving as the core role. Problem-solving is the most crucial aspect of being a program manager. Issues can relate to scope, budget, timeline, or team composition. Types of problems faced: scope problems, out of scope, increasing or decreasing scope. Budgetary problems, lack or excess of funds. Personnel problems, insufficient people or wrong skill sets. Timeline issues, delays or tight schedules. Framework for solving problems: identify the problem and its root cause, avoiding distractions or red herrings. Investigate underlying systemic, process, tooling, or technical issues. Create an organized plan based on the root problem and potential solutions. Tools and methods: use of charters, scope documents, meeting notes, and trackers are important but only support problem solving. The real job involves managing scope, driving programs, getting buy-in, and leading strategic initiatives. Building problem-solving skills. Newcomers should build expertise by solving problems in various fields, such as hobbies or personal projects. Every industry offers opportunities to develop problem-solving skills, from software development to strategic initiatives. Key takeaway: focus on solving the core problems, not just creating documentation, as problem-solving drives real results and organizational change. Connecting project problems to goals. The Real Estate Renegades, a Palo Pro Reldeal Pro tale. Welcome back, revisiting OKR's Rick Grimes, the project manager for Palo Pro's new cold calling software, Reldeal Pro, is preparing for a crucial meeting. The team has been facing some issues with the software that could impact their larger objectives. Connecting project problems to goals. 1. Background on OKRs. Objective, a clear goal that needs to be achieved. Key results, metrics that measure the success of achieving the objective. For example, if Palo Pro's objective is to increase the efficiency of commercial real estate cold calls, a key result might be improve call connection rates by 20% within 6 months. 2. Practice communicating project problems. Rick has noticed that despite the impressive features of RelDeal Pro, there's been a significant issue. The multi-line power dialer feature isn't working as intended. This problem impacts the software's efficiency and effectiveness, which are critical to meeting the company's OKRs. 3. Review of OKRs and problem impact. Palo Pro's OKRs are: Objective 1, boost real estate agents' productivity. Key result 1, increase successful call connections by 20% in the next quarter. Problem summary. Issue: the multi-line power dialer feature is malfunctioning, leading to lower call connection rates. Impact: this problem is directly affecting the key result of increasing successful call connections, thus hindering progress towards the OKR of boosting agent productivity. 4. Relevance to project goals. Rick needs to ensure that the project's goals align with Palo Pro's OKRs. If the multi-line power dialer issue is not resolved, the key result of improving call connections will not be met, affecting the overall objective of increasing productivity. 5. Communicating with stakeholders. Rick prepares to explain the issue to senior stakeholders, including: Objective, increase agent productivity. Key result impacted, lower call connection rates due to the malfunctioning multi-line power dialer. Importance for stakeholders. By linking the problem to the OKRs, Rick demonstrates that resolving the issue is crucial for achieving the company's goals. This approach helps stakeholders understand why the problem needs immediate attention. 6. Example of using OKRs. Rick summarizes to stakeholders: the current malfunction with the multi-line power dialer is impacting our key result of increasing successful call connections by 20%. Since this key result is tied to our objective of boosting agent productivity, it's essential we address this issue urgently to stay on track. Key takeaway: using OKRs as a reference point helps in clearly communicating how project problems impact organizational goals. This method is effective in highlighting the urgency and significance of resolving issues. Upcoming activity: Rick will prepare for the next steps, including crafting an email to senior stakeholders that clearly outlines how the multi-line power dialer problem affects Palo Pro's OKRs. Next steps: Rick will follow up with a discussion on composing effective communication strategies for addressing project issues with senior stakeholders. Welcome back. This video revisits the concept of objectives and key results, OKRs, and their connection to project goals. Practice communicating project problems. In the previous activity, viewers summarized an issue impacting SourceSpoon's tablet pilot. Review of OKRs. OKRs are a goal-setting tool combining an objective, what needs to be achieved, and key results, how success will be measured. Example: SourceSpoon's objective could be to prioritize customer needs. A key result could be addressing customer feedback within 24 hours. Relevance to project goals. If the project's goals contribute to the organization's OKRs, the project is likely relevant and worth pursuing. Communicating with stakeholders. Connecting project problems to OKRs can help communicate the level of risk and urgency, making it easier to explain the importance of addressing the issue to stakeholders. Importance of OKRs for stakeholders. Senior stakeholders often have limited time and many projects to focus on. Demonstrating how a problem impacts OKRs can catch their attention and highlight why it's worth addressing. Example of using OKRs. For SourceSpoon, you could explain how a project problem jeopardizes their mission to run an efficient, profitable business model or to meet customer needs. Key takeaway: OKRs provide a shared language for organizations and are a useful tool for determining and communicating the relevance of project problems. Upcoming activity. The next activity involves writing a sentence that connects a problem summary to SourceSpoon's OKRs. Next steps. After the activity, there will be a discussion on how to compose emails to senior stakeholders. Writing emails to escalate a problem. The Real Estate Renegades, the RelDeal Pro Saga. Setting: the bustling real estate market in a post-apocalyptic world where commercial properties are the new treasure troves. Characters: Rick Grimes, a project manager. Daryl Dixon, a lead developer. Michon, a market analyst. Carl Grimes, a customer support specialist. Negan, a senior stakeholder. Carol Peltier, a sales strategist. Introduction. Rick Grimes, the seasoned project manager, is leading the development and rollout of RelDeal Pro, a revolutionary cold-calling software designed to help commercial real estate agents thrive in the chaotic market of the new world. With the promise of AI-powered features and comprehensive tools, the RelDeal Pro aims to redefine efficiency and effectiveness in cold calling. Story 1. Launching the project. Rick Grimes convenes a meeting with his team, including Daryl Dixon, the innovative lead developer, and Midge on, the insightful market analyst. They are gearing up for the official launch of RealDeal Pro, which promises to transform how real estate agents handle cold calls. The software's key features include intelligent lead sourcing, AI-powered call prioritization, and real-time script assistance. 2. Facing challenges. As the launch approaches, they encounter a significant issue. Negan, the senior stakeholder, raises concerns about compliance and data security. The software's automated follow-up system and voice analytics must adhere to strict regulations, and the stakes are high. Failure to address these concerns could jeopardize the entire rollout. 3. Escalating the problem. Rick realizes the gravity of the situation. He drafts an urgent email to Negan, focusing on what matters most to him, the potential impact on the organization's compliance standing and the project's success. Here's how he structures his email: subject line, urgent, compliance concerns for RealDeal Pro launch body. Hi Negan, we've encountered a critical issue regarding the compliance and recording features of RealDeal Pro. Ensuring that our calls meet local and federal regulations is crucial, as any lapses could lead to significant legal and reputational risks. This problem could negatively impact our goal of maintaining a high standard of operational integrity and regulatory compliance, which is essential for the project's success. Please review the attached compliance report and provide guidance on how we should address these issues to proceed with the launch. Best, Rick Grimes 4. Resolving the issue. Negan reviews the email and the attached report promptly. After a quick assessment, he approves additional resources to fortify the compliance measures. Daryl works tirelessly to implement the necessary updates, ensuring the software meets all regulatory requirements. 5. Successful launch. With the compliance issues resolved, Rick leads the successful launch of RealDeal Pro. The software is now equipped with enhanced compliance features, a robust automated follow-up system, and AI-driven tools that significantly boost the efficiency of real estate agents. Michon analyzes the initial feedback, and Carol Peltier strategizes on maximizing the software's market potential. Conclusion. The RealDeal Pro saga highlights the importance of effective communication and timely problem escalation. By connecting project issues to organizational goals and addressing stakeholder concerns promptly, Rick Grimes and his team ensured a successful rollout of a game-changing tool for the commercial real estate industry. Summary: writing emails to escalate a problem. Purpose of escalation emails: to quickly get decisions from senior stakeholders on urgent project issues. Ensures issues are resolved promptly. Best practices for writing effective emails: focus on stakeholder priorities. Senior stakeholders care more about the impact on the organization than on individual projects. Connect project problems to organizational OKRs to highlight the broader impact. Craft a clear subject line, include keywords to grab attention and indicate the required action. Examples: urgent, immediate decision needed, please review attached document. Keep the email brief, start with a concise problem summary. Explain the problem's potential impact on organizational OKRs in 1 or 2 sentences. State clearly what decision or action is needed from the stakeholder. Include supporting documents, attach relevant documents or include hyperlinks for additional information if needed. Proofread, check for spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, and accurate hyperlinks. Use spell check and grammar tools to ensure the email is error-free. Review, address what's important to the stakeholder. Use a clear subject line and concise email body. Proofread before sending to ensure clarity and professionalism. By following these guidelines, you'll effectively communicate project issues and get the necessary responses from stakeholders. When writing an email to get a decision from senior stakeholders, what should you include in the body? Select all that apply. A. Lengthy explanation of how this problem affects the project. B. A brief outline of the problem. C. An explanation of how this impacts the organization. D. The decision you need from the stakeholder. When writing an email to get a decision from senior stakeholders, you should include the following elements in the body. B. A brief outline of the problem. C. An explanation of how this impacts the organization. D. The decision you need from the stakeholder. Let's break down why these options are appropriate and why option A is not ideal. Recommended elements. B. A brief outline of the problem. Senior stakeholders are often pressed for time and appreciate concise communication. A brief outline helps quickly frame the issue without overwhelming the reader with details. It provides context for the decision needed. C. An explanation of how this impacts the organization. This helps stakeholders understand the significance of the problem. It aligns the issue with broader organizational goals or concerns. It justifies why their attention and decision are necessary. D. The decision you need from the stakeholder. Clearly stating the required decision is crucial for action. It focuses the stakeholder's attention on the specific input you need. It increases the likelihood of getting a timely and relevant response. Why not option A? A. A lengthy explanation of how this problem affects the project. While project impact is important, a lengthy explanation is not ideal for senior stakeholders. It may bury the key points and a decision request in too much detail. Senior leaders often prefer high-level information with the option to request more details if needed. Best practices for stakeholder emails. Be concise and clear. Prioritize the most important information. Use bullet points or short paragraphs for readability. Include a clear call to action, the decision needed, offer to provide more information if required. By including a brief problem outline, organizational impact, and the required decision, you create a focused, effective email that respects the stakeholders' time while providing the necessary information for decision-making. The Real Estate Renegades, the RealDeal Pro Decision Dilemma. Setting: in a world where commercial real estate is a critical resource, the Real Estate Renegades, led by Rick Grimes, are on the verge of launching RealDeal Pro, a cutting-edge cold calling software designed to revolutionize the industry. Introduction. Rick Grimes, the project manager for the RealDeal Pro project, faces a crucial decision point. The team has developed an impressive suite of features, including AI-powered call prioritization, multi-line powered dialing, and real-time script assistance. However, they encounter a significant issue that requires immediate attention from senior stakeholders. The issue: the compliance and recording features of RealDeal Pro are facing potential regulatory hurdles. Negan, the senior stakeholder, is concerned about whether the software meets all legal requirements for call recording and data security. This issue needs a prompt decision to proceed with the product launch. The email. Rick writes an email to Negan, focusing on the essential elements to get the needed decision. Subject line: urgent, decision needed on compliance for RealDeal Pro launch. Body: Hi Negan, we've encountered a critical issue with the compliance and recording features of RealDeal Pro. The software's current setup might not fully meet all local and federal regulations concerning call recording and data security. Impact on the organization: if this issue isn't addressed, we risk facing legal penalties and damaging our reputation. Ensuring compliance is crucial to our goal of maintaining industry standards and successful product launch. Decision needed: please review the attached compliance report and provide guidance on how we should proceed to ensure full regulatory adherence. Thank you, Rick Grimes. Why these elements are effective. Brief outline of the problem. Rick quickly describes the issue without overwhelming details, which respects Negan's time and provides a clear context. Explanation of organizational impact. Rick links the problem to broader organizational goals, emphasizing the potential legal and reputational risks. Clear decision request. The email specifies what Rick needs from Negan: a review of the compliance report and direction on how to proceed, or making it easier for Negan to act promptly. Why not a lengthy explanation? A lengthy explanation of how the problem affects the project can bury the key points and delay action. Senior stakeholders like Negan prefer concise information with clear decision requests to make timely and effective decisions. Best practices recap. Be concise and clear in communication. Highlight the problem, its impact, and the required decision. Use bullet points or short paragraphs for readability. Include any necessary documents or links. Proofread for clarity and accuracy. By following these practices, Rick effectively communicates the urgency and importance of the compliance issue, ensuring that Negan can make a swift and informed decision, paving the way for a successful launch of RealDeal Pro. Laura, Stakeholder Communication Best Practices. Fictional story: The Real Estate Renegades and the Palo Pro RealDeal Pro. Setting: the Real Estate Renegades are a team of commercial real estate agents in a post-apocalyptic world, where they face unique challenges in their business operations. The team is led by Rick Grimes, and his trusted colleagues include Daryl Dixon, Majon, and Carol Peltier. They are working to implement a new software called Palo Pro RealDeal Pro to improve their cold calling and lead management processes. Rick Grimes challenge. Rick Grimes, the project manager of the Real Estate Renegades, has recently been introduced to Palo Pro RealDeal Pro, a cutting-edge cold calling software designed to boost efficiency and effectiveness in lead generation. Despite its promising features, Rick needs to communicate the need for urgent software enhancements to the senior stakeholders in the organization. Key communication steps. Understanding stakeholder preferences. Rick starts by consulting with Carol Peltier, the executive assistant to the senior stakeholders, to understand their communication preferences. Carol advises Rick that the stakeholders prefer concise, high-level updates and actionable insights rather than detailed reports. Crafting the email. Subject line: urgent, immediate decision required on RealDeal Pro enhancement. TL Doctor summary. TL Doctor, immediate decision needed on software update to address performance issues by date. Email body. Brief outline of the problem. Rick summarizes the issue with Palo Pro RealDeal Pro's current functionality. The software's AI-powered call prioritization has been underperforming, leading to missed opportunities and lower conversion rates. Impact on the organization. He explains that this problem affects the team's ability to meet their quarterly sales targets and aligns with organizational OKRs for improving sales efficiency. This shortfall in lead conversion directly impacts the company's revenue and market position. Required decision. Rick requests approval for a software update to address these issues, presenting 3 potential solutions. A. Implement an immediate patch to fix the prioritization algorithm. B. Schedule a comprehensive review and overhaul of the call prioritization system. C. Explore alternative software solutions and transition if necessary. He asks for feedback on which solution would be preferable and if additional information is required. Attachments and links. Rick attaches a detailed report on the software's performance issues and includes links to the analytics dashboard showing the impact on recent sales. Proofreading and final review. Rick ensures the email is error-free and concise. He uses bullet points and bold text to highlight critical information, making it easy for stakeholders to scan and respond quickly. Stakeholder interaction. Daryl Dixon's role. Daryl, the team's lead agent, helps Rick by providing data on recent transactions and comparables to include in the report. He also shares insights into the potential benefits of each proposed solution based on his field experience. Michonne's contribution. Michonne reviews the potential solutions and provides input on the feasibility of each option, ensuring that Rick's email includes realistic recommendations. Carol's follow-up. After sending the email, Carol follows up with the senior stakeholders to ensure they received it and to gauge their initial reactions. She provides Rick with updates on their feedback and next steps. Outcome. Rick's effective communication leads to a swift decision from the stakeholders. They opt for solution B, scheduling a comprehensive review and overhaul of the call prioritization system. This decision helps the real estate renegades improve their lead management and meet their sales targets, showcasing the importance of clear and concise stakeholder communication. By following best practices in stakeholder communication, Rick Grimes ensures that the real estate renegades can successfully leverage the Palo Pro Real Pro software to enhance their real estate operations in their challenging world. Detailed summary. Stakeholder communication best practices by Laura. Purpose of effective communication with stakeholders. Ensure that critical information is conveyed succinctly and clearly. Tailor communication to the specific preferences and needs of the stakeholder. Understanding stakeholder preferences. Research, before communicating, determine the stakeholder's preferred communication style. Ask for insights. Consult with the stakeholder's executive assistant or colleagues who have previously worked with them to understand their preferences. Adapt. Adjust the format and level of detail based on what you learn about their preferences. Tailoring communication. Different stakeholders. Recognize that different stakeholders may have varying preferences. For example, some may prefer detailed discussions, while others may want concise summaries. Example, one stakeholder might enjoy brainstorming and frequent meetings, while another prefers brief, high-level updates. Preparing for meetings and presentations. Anticipate questions. Prepare for potential questions by thinking of the top 5 questions the stakeholder might ask. Appendix for details. Include detailed information in an appendix or supplementary material to keep the main presentation concise. Proposing solutions. Offer solutions. When presenting a problem, also offer potential solutions, for example, A, B, and C, to demonstrate proactive thinking and readiness to solve the issue. Seek feedback. Request feedback on the proposed solutions to engage the stakeholder in the decision-making process. Effective email communication. TL Dr. Summary. Include a brief summary at the top of the email, for example, TL Dr. Need decision on project A by date, to highlight the main point. Conciseness. Use bullet points, bold text, and highlighting to make important information stand out and ensure clarity. Clear requests. Clearly state what is needed from the stakeholder and include any deadlines. Attachments and links. Provide relevant documents and make it easy for the stakeholder to access additional information. Best practices. Be concise. Keep communication brief and to the point, respecting the stakeholder's time. Highlight key points. Use formatting tools to make critical information easily noticeable. Reiterate requests. Summarize the required actions or decisions at the end of the communication. Facilitate response. Make it easy for stakeholders to review and respond by including all necessary information and attachments. By following these best practices, you ensure that your communication with stakeholders is efficient, effective, and tailored to their needs, increasing the likelihood of timely and positive responses. Completing a closeout report. Story. Rick Grimes, the seasoned project manager for the Real Estate Renegades, was leading a pivotal project, the rollout of Real Pro, a revolutionary cold calling software designed specifically for commercial real estate agents. The team was closing in on the finish line, and it was time for Rick to prepare the closeout report to ensure a successful transition and provide valuable insights for future projects. Project summary. Objectives. The goal was to develop and launch Real Pro, aiming to transform the cold calling process for real estate agents with AI-driven features and seamless integration with CRM systems. Methodology. The team used an agile approach, allowing for iterative development and rapid adaptation to user feedback. Performance baseline. Actual versus planned schedule. The project was completed on schedule, with all milestones met as planned. Actual versus planned cost. The project stayed within budget, demonstrating effective cost management. Planned scope versus delivered scope. All planned features were delivered, including intelligent lead sourcing, multi-line power dialer, and AI-powered call prioritization. Key accomplishments and outcomes. Achievements. Successful launch of RelDeal Pro, which received excellent feedback from early adopters for its efficiency and user-friendly interface. Impact. The software significantly increased cold calling efficiency and conversion rates for real estate agents, aligning perfectly with the project's objectives. Lessons learned. Insights. The agile methodology was effective in adapting to evolving requirements. Early and continuous user feedback was crucial for fine-tuning the product. Recommendations. Future projects should maintain a focus on iterative development and incorporate user feedback loops early in the process. Next steps. Follow-up actions. Implement additional features based on user feedback, such as enhanced voice analytics and expanded market intelligence dashboard capabilities. Future projects. Consider developing complementary tools to further enhance the cold calling process and integrate with other real estate platforms. Project documentation archive. Documentation collection included all development records, testing reports, user feedback, and marketing materials. Accessibility, organized in a shared repository for easy access by future project managers and team members. Rick's closeout report for RelDeal Pro not only marked the end of a successful project but also provided a comprehensive reference for future endeavors. By thoroughly documenting every aspect of the project and reflecting on the team's performance, Rick ensured that the real estate renegades were well prepared for future projects and continued to build on their success. Detailed summary. Completing a closeout report. Detailed summary. Completing a closeout report. Purpose of a closeout report. Compile documentation, gather all project links and documents into one place. Ensure all information is organized and accessible. Reflect on performance, evaluate team performance and confirm all tasks were completed. Review the effectiveness of the project execution. Summarize project, provide a comprehensive overview of the project, including deliverables and success metrics. Highlight the key achievements and outcomes. Provide reference, serve as a reference for future projects. Help in understanding the project's impact and its alignment with organizational goals. Facilitate transition, aid future project managers in understanding the project context, process, and outcomes. Provide a foundation for similar future projects. Key components of a closeout report. Project summary. Objectives. Clearly state the goals and desired results of the project. Methodology or approach. Indicate the methodology used, for example, waterfall, agile, lean. Explain how this approach was applied throughout the project. Performance baseline. Actual versus planned schedule. Compare actual project schedule with the planned schedule. Highlight any deviations and explain them. Actual versus planned cost. Compare actual costs with the budgeted costs. Include explanations for any discrepancies. Planned scope versus delivered scope. Assess differences between planned scope and delivered scope. Note any changes or adjustments made. Key accomplishments and outcomes. Achievements. Detail the major accomplishments and successful outcomes. Impact. Describe how the project outcomes align with the original objectives and their impact on the organization. Lessons learned. Insights. Document what went well and what could have been improved. Recommendations. Provide recommendations for future projects based on lessons learned. Next steps. Follow-up actions. Outline any required follow-up actions or additional tasks. Future projects. Suggest improvements or changes for similar future projects. Project documentation archive. Documentation collection. Include all relevant project documents, such as reports, meeting notes, and communication records. Accessibility. Ensure the documentation is organized and easily accessible for future reference. Importance of a closeout report. Reference for future projects. Provides detailed documentation that can aid in planning and executing future projects. Evaluation tool. Helps assess project effectiveness and team performance. Communication. Serves as a comprehensive document that communicates project success and challenges to stakeholders. Best practices. Be thorough. Ensure each section is completed with detailed and accurate information. Be clear. Write clearly and concisely to make the report easily understandable. Be comprehensive. Include all necessary information and documentation to provide a complete picture of the project. Example application. Source and Spoon Tablet Pilot Project. Project summary. Goal. Successfully launch new tablets using an agile approach. Performance baseline. Launch delayed by 2 weeks due to quality issues. Final cost was 10% over budget. Key accomplishments. Successful tablet launch meeting quality standards. Positive feedback from initial users. Lessons learned. Importance of rigorous quality testing and risk management. Next steps. Plan follow-up project to address feedback and optimize tablet performance. Project documentation archive. Includes quality reports, meeting notes, and stakeholder feedback. Fictional story. The Real Estate Renegades and RelDeal Pro. Characters. Rick Grimes, Project Manager. Daryl Dixon, Lead Developer. Majon, Marketing Specialist. Carol Peltier, Customer Support Lead. Glenn Ree, Sales Analyst. Story, Rick Grimes, the seasoned project manager for the Real Estate Renegades, was leading a pivotal project, the rollout of RealDeal Pro, a revolutionary cold-calling software designed specifically for commercial real estate agents. The team was closing in on the finish line, and it was time for it to prepare the closeout report to ensure a successful transition and provide valuable insights for future projects. Project Summary, Objectives. The goal was to develop and launch RealDeal Pro, aiming to transform the cold-calling process for real estate agents with AI-driven features and seamless integration with CRM systems. Methodology. The team used an agile approach, allowing for iterative development and rapid adaptation to user feedback. Performance baseline, actual versus planned schedule. The project was completed on schedule, with all milestones met as planned. Actual versus planned cost. The project stayed within budget, demonstrating effective cost management. Planned scope versus delivered scope. All planned features were delivered, including intelligent lead sourcing, multi-line power dialer, and AI-powered call prioritization. Key accomplishments and outcomes. Achievements. Successful launch of RealDeal Pro, which received excellent feedback from early adopters for its efficiency and user-friendly interface. Impact. The software significantly increased cold calling efficiency and conversion rates for real estate agents, aligning perfectly with the project's objectives. Lessons learned. Insights. The agile methodology was effective in adapting to evolving requirements. Early and continuous user feedback was crucial for fine-tuning the product. Recommendations. Future projects should maintain a focus on iterative development and incorporate user feedback loops early in the process. Next steps. Follow-up actions. Implement additional features based on user feedback, such as enhanced voice analytics and expanded market intelligence dashboard capabilities. Future projects. Consider developing complementary tools to further enhance the cold calling process and integrate with other real estate platforms. Project Documentation Archive. Documentation collection included all development records, testing reports, user feedback, and marketing materials. Accessibility. Organized in a shared repository for easy access by future project managers and team members. Rick's closeout report for RealDeal Pro not only marked the end of a successful project but also provided a comprehensive reference for future endeavors. By thoroughly documenting every aspect of the project and reflecting on the team's performance, Rick ensured that the real estate renegades were well prepared for future projects and continued to build on their success. Purpose of a closeout report. Compile documentation, gather all project links and documents into one place, ensuring good project hygiene. Reflect on performance, evaluate team performance and confirm task completion. Summarize project, provide a comprehensive overview of the project, including deliverables and success metrics. Provide reference, serve as a reference for future projects and for understanding the project's impact. Facilitate transition, help future project managers understand the project context, process, and outcomes. Key components of a closeout report. Project summary. Objectives. Clearly state the desired results of the project. What were the goals and what did the project aim to achieve? Methodology or approach. Indicate the methodology used, for example, waterfall, agile, lean, or a combination. Explain how this approach was applied throughout the project. Performance baseline. Actual versus planned schedule. Compare the actual project schedule to the planned schedule. Highlight any deviations. Actual versus planned cost. Compare the actual project costs with the budgeted costs. Include explanations for any discrepancies. Planned scope versus delivered scope. Assess the difference between the planned scope and the scope that was delivered. Note any changes or adjustments made. Key accomplishments and outcomes. Achievements. Detail the major accomplishments of the project. What were the successful outcomes and milestones? Impact. Describe how the project outcomes align with the original objectives and their impact on the organization. Lessons learned. Insights. Document insights gained during the project. What went well and what could have been improved. Recommendations. Provide recommendations for future projects based on lessons learned. Next steps. Follow-up actions. Outline any follow-up actions or next steps required. Are there additional tasks or projects that need to be addressed? Future projects. Suggest any improvements or changes for similar future projects. Project Documentation Archive. Documentation collection. Include all relevant project documents, such as reports, meeting notes, and communication records. Accessibility. Ensure that the documentation is organized and easily accessible for future reference. Importance of a closeout report. Reference for future projects. Provides a detailed account of the project that can aid in the planning and execution of future projects. Evaluation tool. Helps assess the effectiveness of the project and the team's performance. Communication. Serves as a comprehensive document that communicates the project's success and challenges to stakeholders who may not have been directly involved. Best practices. Be thorough. Ensure that each section is completed with detailed and accurate information. Be clear. Write in a clear and concise manner to make the report easily understandable. Be comprehensive, include all necessary information and documentation to provide a complete picture of the project. Example application, Source and Spoon Tablet Pilot Project. Project summary: the goal was to launch new tablets successfully, using an agile approach to adapt to changes rapidly. Performance baseline: the actual launch schedule was delayed by 2 weeks due to unforeseen quality issues, and the final cost was 10% over budget. Key accomplishments: successful launch of tablets meeting quality standards, positive feedback from initial users. Lessons learned: importance of rigorous quality testing and better risk management. Next steps: plan for a follow-up project to address the feedback received and optimize the tablet performance. Project documentation archive includes all relevant documents, such as quality reports, meeting notes, and stakeholder feedback. By completing the closeout report with these elements, you ensure that the project is comprehensively reviewed and documented, providing valuable insights and a solid foundation for future projects. What does an effective closeout report do? Select all that apply. A. Increases the impact of the team's work through communication with others who may not have been as involved. B. Helps ensure everyone is satisfied with the work that was done. C. Finalizes the efforts of the team and lets people move on to new projects and tasks. D. Serves as a reminder of any loose ends that still need to be tied up. An effective closeout report serves multiple important purposes. Let's examine each option to determine which apply. A. Increases the impact of the team's work through communication with others who may not have been as involved. B. Helps ensure everyone is satisfied with the work that was done. C. Finalizes the efforts of the team and lets people move on to new projects and tasks. All of these options, A, B, C, are valid functions of an effective closeout report. Let's break down each one. A. Increases the impact of the team's work through communication. This is correct. A closeout report communicates the project's outcomes, achievements, and lessons learned to a wider audience within the organization. It helps disseminate knowledge and insights gained from the project, potentially benefiting future projects or other teams. This communication can increase the visibility and impact of the team's work beyond the immediate project stakeholders. B. Helps ensure everyone is satisfied with the work that was done. This is also correct. A closeout report typically includes a summary of project outcomes, which allows stakeholders to review and confirm that all objectives were met. It provides an opportunity for final feedback and ensures that all parties are aligned on the project's completion and results. C. Finalizes the efforts of the team and lets people move on to new projects and tasks. This is correct. The closeout report serves as an official marker of the project's completion. It provides closure for team members and stakeholders, allowing them to mentally and administratively conclude their involvement with the project. This formal conclusion enables resources to be released and team members to transition to new assignments. Serves as a reminder of any loose ends that still need to be tied up. This should not be selected. By the time the project manager circulates the closeout report, all loose ends should be tied up. Therefore, they would not be included in the report. Additional benefits of an effective closeout report: documents lessons learned for future reference, provides a comprehensive project summary for archival purposes, offers an opportunity to recognize and appreciate team efforts, serves as a valuable resource for planning similar projects in the future. In conclusion, all four options, A, B, C, and D, are valid functions of an effective closeout report. Such a report is a multifaceted tool that serves to communicate, satisfy stakeholders, formalize project completion, and ensure comprehensive closure of all project aspects. The Real Estate Renegades, a fictional story using Palo Pro Reldeal Pro. Project Manager, Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes, known for leading his team through chaotic and unpredictable situations, has now taken on a new challenge as the project manager for the Real Estate Renegades. They've been tasked with implementing Palo Pro's latest software, Reldeal Pro, a cutting-edge cold calling system designed specifically for commercial real estate agents. Rick's goal is to ensure his team, which includes Daryl Dixon, John, and Carol, successfully implements the software, using it to dominate the real estate market in post-apocalyptic territories. Project Summary. Project Name, Real Estate Renegades. Implementation of Reldeal Pro. Objective, successfully implement and train the team on using Reldeal Pro to enhance efficiency and increase property sales. Methodology, Agile approach, emphasizing quick iteration and real-time feedback from the field. Key components of Reldeal Pro implementation: intelligent lead sourcing. Daryl Dixon, the expert in tracking and crossbows, spearheads this feature. Reldeal Pro's ability to automatically pull property owner data from multiple databases is like having Daryl's instincts in tech form. It filters out leads, prioritizing those with the best potential based on property type and location. AI-powered call prioritization. John, always strategic in battle, oversees the call prioritization feature. The AI analyzes market trends and historical data, making sure the team only calls high-potential leads at the best possible times. With Majon's guidance, the AI makes split-second decisions to dynamically adjust based on real-time feedback. Multi-line power dialer, Carol, known for her multitasking abilities, takes on the power dialer feature. Reldial Pro allows her to handle 4 cold calls at once, leaving pre-recorded voicemails and increasing answer rates by showing local presence. Real-time script assistance, Rick, the team's fearless leader, oversees real-time script assistance, ensuring the team is ready with the perfect pitch for each property type. Whether it's an abandoned industrial complex or a derelict suburban strip mall, the AI suggests dynamic talking points and objection handling on the fly, making sure the team is always prepared. Voice analytics and coaching, Daryl excels in analyzing call performance, just like reading the signs of an enemy group's movements. He uses Reldial Pro's voice analytics feature to track the team's tone, pace, and keyword usage. The software provides personalized coaching tips to fine-tune their approach, ensuring everyone sounds confident and effective. Automated follow-up system, Carol takes charge of the automated follow-up system, ensuring no opportunity is missed. Reldial Pro schedules follow-up emails and sends personalized market reports, keeping the team's leads engaged and the conversation flowing smoothly. Market Intelligence Dashboard, Majon oversees the Market Intelligence Dashboard, which provides real-time market data, recent transactions, and comparables. This is crucial for making informed decisions when approaching potential buyers and sellers. Compliance and recording, Rick ensures all calls comply with local and federal regulations. Reldial Pro automatically records and securely stores all data, protecting the team from any legal pitfalls as they navigate the treacherous world of post-apocalyptic real estate. Closeout report, project summary, objectives, implement Reldial Pro to streamline lead management, increase efficiency, and improve property sales. Methodology, agile, allowing for continuous feedback and iteration as the team adapted to new challenges. Performance baseline, actual versus planned schedule. The implementation was delayed by a week due to unforeseen infrastructure issues, but the team quickly adapted. Actual versus planned cost. Costs exceeded the budget by 5%, primarily due to additional training sessions needed for handling the software's advanced AI features. Planned scope versus delivered scope. All original features of Reldial Pro were implemented successfully, with an additional emphasis on the AI-powered call prioritization. Key accomplishments and outcomes. The team saw a 25% increase in property inquiries within the first 2 weeks. Successful automation of follow-up tasks reduced the manual workload by 30%. Lessons learned. The team recognized the importance of pre-implementation training, which could have avoided initial delays. AI-based tools require continuous real-time adjustments, and future projects should include additional testing phases. Next steps. Majon suggests a follow-up project to refine lead generation techniques and further integrate feedback loops into the AI system. Daryl recommends expanding the software's use to include additional territories as new opportunities arise. Project documentation archive. All relevant documents, such as training materials, meeting notes, and post-implementation reports, have been compiled and are easily accessible for future reference. Conclusion. Thanks to Rick's leadership and the powerful tools provided by Reldial Pro, the real estate renegades successfully adapted to their new environment, utilizing the software to its full potential. The project's success ensures a strong foundation for future real estate conquests in the post-apocalyptic world. Activity. Complete the project closeout report. Question 2. Which of the following are good sources of information to help you assess the outcome of the tablet rollout project? Select all that apply. 1.A. Data reports generated by the tablet software. B. Feedback from the project retrospective review. C. Customer satisfaction survey data. D. Guest comments overheard by a member of the waitstaff. Answer. Data reports generated by the tablet software. Correct. These are good sources of information because they tell you about tablet functionality and other metrics related to project goals. For assessing the outcome of the tablet rollout project, the good sources of information are customer satisfaction survey data reports generated by the tablet software, feedback from the project retrospective review, guest comments overheard by a member of the waitstaff are not reliable or measurable for assessing the project outcome. 3. Question 3. According to the information in the closeout report template, the survey results, and Peter's check-in email, which 3 major areas improved as a result of the test launch? 1.A. Decreasing table turn time, simplifying tablet navigation, and decreasing food waste. B. Installing more tablets, decreasing expenses by $3,000, and rebranding the menus. C. Decreasing table turn time, decreasing food waste, and improving vendor relationship management. D. Simplifying tablet navigation, rebranding the menus, and installing more tablets. According to the information in the closeout report template, the survey results, and Peter's check-in email, the 3 major areas that improved as a result of the test launch are: A. Decreasing table turn time, simplifying tablet navigation, and decreasing food waste. 4. Question 4. Which of the following next steps are appropriate for the closeout report? Select all that apply. 1.A. Continue to survey and solicit feedback from guests. B. Plan to roll out tablets at other locations. C. Plan to open additional source spoon locations. D. Continue to improve order accuracy. The appropriate next steps for the closeout report are: A. Continue to survey and solicit feedback from guests. For the closeout report, the appropriate next steps are: continue to improve order accuracy. Continue to survey and solicit feedback from guests. Plan to roll out tablets at other locations. Opening additional source spoon locations is not directly related to the closeout report for the tablet rollout project, so it is not an appropriate next step for this specific report. 5. Question 5. What goals did the team achieve by implementing feedback from the test launch project? Select all that apply. 1.A. Reduce table turn time by 30 minutes. B. Reduce daily guest count by 10%. C. Reduce the cost of menu items by 5%. D. Reduce food waste by 25%. The goals the team achieved by implementing feedback from the test launch project are: A. Reduce table turn time by 30 minutes. D. Reduce food waste by 25%. Project Impact Report. Fictional story: The Real Estate Renegades and the Rise of Reldeal Pro. Project Manager: Rick Grimes. Team Members: Daryl Dixon, John, Carol, Glenn, and Negan. Project: Reldeal Pro, revolutionizing real estate cold calling for Palo Pro. Rick Grimes, now a seasoned project manager for Palo Pro, led a motley crew of real estate renegades. Their mission: to launch Reldeal Pro, the ultimate cold calling software designed to give commercial real estate agents an edge in an increasingly competitive market. The goal was clear: increase agent efficiency, close more deals, and bring a wave of innovation to the world of commercial real estate. Project Vision. Rick kicked off the project by defining the vision: our goal is to empower commercial real estate agents by offering them AI-driven cold calling software that dynamically adjusts to market trends and lead quality, maximizing efficiency and improving conversion rates. The project aimed to introduce Reldeal Pro as the go-to tool for agents to streamline their outreach, using features like AI-powered lead sourcing, multi-line dialing, and real-time script assistance. The software promised to revolutionize cold calling for agents and help them get ahead of their competition. Key accomplishments. As the team fought through the challenges of development, they celebrated several key milestones. 1,500 commercial real estate agents signed up in beta. Within 6 months, over 1,500 agents began using Reldeal Pro, collectively making over 50,000 successful cold calls. $450,000 in sales revenue generated, with subscription-based pricing at $10 per month per user. The beta program netted the team a significant revenue increase of $450,000. Call success rate improvement. Agents using the software reported a 30% increase in successful calls and a 20% boost in appointments set through the AI-powered call prioritization feature. The software's intelligent lead sourcing and real-time script assistance helped agents hone their pitch and maximize the chances of closing a deal. Daryl, the team's lead on user feedback, shared, the tool basically gave agents a roadmap for success, and it made a huge difference. Lessons learned. Not everything went smoothly, and the Renegades had to make some adjustments along the way. John led the team in analyzing areas for improvement, and these lessons shaped the future iterations of the project. User feedback on call analytics. Some agents, like Carol, pointed out the need for more frequent updates on lead quality and call performance. As a result, the team decided to enhance the voice analytics and coaching module for greater customization and agent-specific insights. Data integration challenges. Glenn highlighted how difficult it was to integrate the software with some older CRMs. Moving forward, they plan to improve compatibility and streamline data sync for all major real estate platforms. Impact report and results. When Rick presented the project's impact report to senior stakeholders, the team was confident they had made a lasting impression. Using a slideshow deck filled with graphs, call performance metrics, and agent testimonials, Rick highlighted these critical points. Market penetration. Reldeal Pro's market intelligence dashboard gave agents access to real-time data, resulting in smarter calls and a 25% reduction in time spent researching properties. Agent efficiency. With a multi-line power dialer, agents were able to handle up to 4 calls simultaneously, reducing their average call times by 40%. Revenue growth. The beta program's overwhelming success showed that Reldeal Pro could scale quickly, with projections showing potential revenue growth of 150% in the next quarter. Negan, though known for his intimidating demeanor, couldn't help but grin as he saw the results. Looks like we've built something that's going to make weight in the market, he remarked. Rick knew the success was the result of teamwork, grit, and the relentless focus on meeting their objectives. Executive summary. The executive summary was the heart of the report, providing a concise overview for senior stakeholders. Reldeal Pro has proven its potential to transform commercial real estate cold calling. In just 6 months, it increased agent success rates by 30% and netted over $450,000 in subscription revenue. We identified key areas for improvement, such as better CRM integration and a more frequent feedback on call performance, which will be incorporated into future releases. Moving forward, the project is on track to scale, with expectations to triple the user base and revenue in the coming year. Next steps. The real estate renegades weren't done yet. The following actions were planned for future rollouts: expand to new markets. Rick and his team would take the software to new regions, targeting smaller commercial real estate firms and new agents. Continuous improvement. Daryl would oversee ongoing feedback collection and lead the charge in optimizing the automated follow-up system to meet user needs. Integration with global CRMs. Michon would lead efforts to make RelDeal Pro compatible with global CRM systems, enhancing its usability across various platforms. Conclusion. Rick and the Renegades had created something special with RelDeal Pro. Their impact report not only celebrated the team's success but also laid the foundation for future improvements. The project had brought significant value to the commercial real estate industry, motivating stakeholders and proving that, with the right tools, agents could outperform their competition. With his machete replaced by a PowerPoint clicker, Rick Grimes and his team were ready to take RelDeal Pro to the next level, driving success and revolutionizing cold calling one dial at a time. Purpose of an impact report. Show value. Demonstrates the added value of the project. Audience. Aimed at senior stakeholders or project sponsors who are not involved in daily project activities. Benefits. Helps analyze results for adaptation and improvement. Motivates staff and stakeholders by celebrating achievements. Builds trust with supporters, sponsors, and funders. Shares lessons with similar organizations. Executive summary overview. Purpose. Highlights key points of the project for stakeholders. Content. Provides a concise overview of the project's purpose and outcomes. Function. Allows stakeholders to grasp the project's success without reading the entire report. Key questions. How effectively was the project delivered? What were the key learnings from the project? Creating the executive summary. Draft the full report first. Helps identify relevant information for the summary. Include key elements. Project vision. Describes the purpose and need the project addresses. Key accomplishments. Highlights major successes and milestones, such as increased profitability or added value. Lessons learned. Discusses areas for improvement and changes for future projects. Example of an executive summary. Project vision. Our goal is to help users get ahead financially with an algorithm-based app that automatically transfers money to savings accounts bi-monthly. Key accomplishments. Helped 1,000 beta users save over $300,000 in 6 months. Netted $18,000 by charging users $3 per month. Lessons learned. Users wanted more frequent updates on money transfers. This feedback will be addressed in future updates. Impact report sections. Results. Use graphs and images to detail project outcomes. What worked. Discusses successful aspects and key achievements. Next steps. Outlines ongoing actions, maintenance, or future plans. Final steps. Review SMART goals, business case, and project charter. Helps in drafting a focused executive summary. Fill in the executive summary, based on detailed sections of the impact report. Summary of key points. Importance of impact reporting. Essential for analyzing results, celebrating achievements, and sharing lessons. Executive summary. A crucial part of impact reporting, providing a brief yet comprehensive overview for stakeholders. Which of the following topics in the executive summary specify the purpose of the report? Select all that apply. A. Key accomplishments. B. Lessons learned. C. Project vision. D. Project charter. There are 3 topics you should address in the executive summary: project vision, key accomplishments, and lessons learned. Test your knowledge. Impact report. Question 1. Can you explain what topics are typically included in an impact report? In an impact report, you typically see sections covering various aspects of a project's success, challenges, and broader effects. Let me explain by weaving a fictional scenario around Palo Pro's new RelDeal Pro software project. Rick Grimes, the project manager, is leading the charge, and here's how he might structure the impact report for the Real Estate Renegades team, with familiar faces like John, Daryl, and Carol supporting him. Impact report. Palo Pro RelDeal Pro software launch. Project manager, Rick Grimes. Team. The Real Estate Renegades. 1. Executive summary. This section provides a brief overview of the project's goals and outcomes. For RelDeal Pro, the goal was to empower commercial real estate agents by increasing cold calling efficiency and improving lead conversion rates through AI-powered tools. Objective: launch the most advanced cold calling software for commercial real estate agents. Outcome: successful launch with 95% user satisfaction within the first quarter. 2. Scope of the project. Rick outlines the scope here: what the project was meant to accomplish, and what elements were specifically included and excluded. In scope: development of AI-driven lead prioritization, multi-line power dialer, market intelligence dashboard, and voice analytics. Out of scope: custom features for residential real estate agents, which may be considered in future versions. 3. Key performance metrics. This section covers the data-driven results, such as user adoption, customer feedback, and revenue impact. User adoption rate. The team, led by Daryl Dixon in sales, reported a 150% increase in new users over the last quarter. Lead conversion rate. After 3 months of usage, agents reported a 40% improvement in converting cold leads into deals. Market expansion. Majon, handling marketing, pushed the software into 12 new regions, increasing market penetration by 35%. 4. Challenges and solutions. Rick and the team encountered obstacles during development. This section explains the issues and how they were overcome. Challenge. Carol discovered a bottleneck in the multi-line dialer's integration with certain CRMs, leading to data syncing delays. Solution. The engineering team implemented a patch within 2 weeks, improving CRM sync times by 50%. 5. Stakeholder feedback. The impact report includes feedback from key stakeholders. Glenn, the liaison with real estate agencies, collected testimonials from early users. Feedback from agents. Reldeal Pro has transformed how we handle cold calling. The AI prioritization feature gives us a competitive edge in the market, said an agent in the Atlanta market. 6. Social and economic impact. This section discusses broader effects, such as the software's impact on real estate businesses and the economy. Economic impact. By enabling agents to close deals faster, Reldeal Pro has contributed to a 20% increase in regional commercial property transactions. Job creation. The software's launch led to the hiring of 50 support and sales professionals at Palo Pro. 7. Environmental and regulatory compliance. Ensuring compliance is essential, especially in a field like real estate, which is subject to various regulations. Compliance success. The legal team, led by Eugene, ensured the software met all local and federal regulations, including secure call recording and data encryption. Sustainability. By reducing the need for physical meetings, the software has indirectly reduced the carbon footprint of agents traveling for deals. 8. Future projections and recommendations. Rick outlines what's next for Reldeal Pro. Next steps. Continue refining AI features to personalize cold calling even further. Daryl will lead the effort to target residential real estate agents with a tailored version. Long-term projections. The project is expected to bring a 30% increase in revenue over the next 2 fiscal years. Conclusion. Rick Grimes and the Real Estate Renegades successfully launched Reldeal Pro, meeting key objectives, overcoming technical challenges, and setting the stage for future growth. The software has already made a significant impact on the commercial real estate industry, with plans for continued expansion. Question 2. Can you explain what key accomplishments are typically highlighted in a project impact report? Key accomplishments in a project impact report typically highlight major milestones, the project's successes, and how these achievements align with the project's original goals. These might include product launch success, improved metrics, customer satisfaction, and effective problem solving. Let's dive into a fictional story around Palo Pro Reldeal Pro with Rick Grimes and his Real Estate Renegades to illustrate these accomplishments. Project Impact Report, Palo Pro Reldeal Pro Software Launch. Project Manager, Rick Grimes. Team, the Real Estate Renegades. 1. Successful product launch. One of the most significant accomplishments Rick and his team achieved was the seamless launch of Reldeal Pro, which exceeded expectations in both user adoption and system performance. Accomplishment. The software was launched on time, within budget, and gained immediate traction in the market. Details. Thanks to Glenn's careful coordination of the launch event, 500 commercial real estate agents signed up for Reldeal Pro within the first 48 hours. 2. Exceeding user adoption targets. Another key milestone was surpassing user adoption goals. Daryl, who led the user training initiatives, helped accelerate this success. Accomplishment. User adoption exceeded projections by 150% in the first quarter post-launch. Details. Daryl created a streamlined onboarding program, resulting in users adapting quickly to the AI-powered features. Feedback from agents showed an overwhelmingly positive response to the real-time script assistance and a multi-line power dialer, which saved them hours per week. 3. AI-powered lead conversion boost. The core functionality of Reldeal Pro lies in its AI-powered lead conversion system, and this feature delivered remarkable results. Accomplishment. Lead conversion rates improved by 40% for agents using the AI call prioritization feature. Details. Majon, responsible for market analysis, worked closely with the AI team to fine-tune the software's lead sourcing algorithms. As a result, agents consistently connected with high-potential leads and saw a dramatic increase in closed deals. 4. Market expansion into 12 new regions. Rick's team made an aggressive push into new markets, which Carol spearheaded by overseeing the marketing and sales expansion efforts. Accomplishment. Expanded Reldeal Pro into 12 new regions, increasing market reach by 35%. Details. Carol worked closely with key real estate brokers in these areas to onboard entire teams at once, ensuring a strong foothold in previously untapped markets. 5. Compliance and security excellence. The team also focused heavily on compliance, ensuring the product met all regulatory requirements in the real estate industry. Accomplishment. 100% compliance with federal and state regulations, including secure call recording and customer data protection. Details: Eugene, the lead on compliance, ensured every feature was legally sound and that all call data was encrypted with enterprise-grade security, meeting the strictest legal requirements. 6. Enhancing customer satisfaction. A significant accomplishment came through post-launch feedback, where user satisfaction metrics exceeded benchmarks. Accomplishment: achieved a 95% customer satisfaction rate within 3 months. Details: Sasha led the customer service team, providing ongoing support and gathering feedback from early users. Her team's responsiveness and the continuous rollout of software updates based on user input helped solidify positive experiences. 7. Real-time script assistance success. One of the standout features of RelDeal Pro was its real-time script assistance, which helped agents adapt mid-conversation based on AI-suggested talking points. Accomplishment: 80% of agents reported increased confidence and success rates in their cold calling efforts. Details: Abraham, who tested the system in high-pressure scenarios, provided essential feedback during beta trials, leading to fine-tuning of this dynamic feature. 8. Revenue impact. The financial benefit of the project was also a key accomplishment. RelDeal Pro had a direct and positive impact on the company's revenue. Accomplishment: generated $1.5 million in revenue within the first quarter, with a projected 30% revenue increase for Palo Pro over the next year. Details: Rick worked closely with leadership to ensure the financial targets were on track, while Michon's market intelligence dashboards helped agents close deals faster, directly contributing to revenue growth. Conclusion: the real estate renegades, under Rick Grimes' leadership, successfully launched and expanded RelDeal Pro into new markets, improved agent efficiency, and exceeded both user adoption and revenue targets. By focusing on compliance, customer satisfaction, and innovative AI features, the project stands as a major success and a strong foundation for future growth. In this fictional impact report for RelDeal Pro, Rick Grimes and his team celebrated key accomplishments such as the smooth product launch, exceeding user adoption goals, improving lead conversion, and expanding into new markets, all typical accomplishments you'd find in a real-world project impact report. Question 3. What are the objectives of an executive summary in an impact report? An executive summary in an impact report serves several important objectives. It gives a high-level overview of the project, summarizes key achievements, outlines challenges, and demonstrates how the project aligns with organizational goals. The purpose is to provide a concise snapshot for stakeholders who may not have time to read the entire report but still need to understand its main points. Let's illustrate this through a fictional story about Palo Pro RelDeal Pro with Rick Grimes as the project manager and his team, the real estate renegades. Executive summary: Palo Pro RelDeal Pro software launch project manager, Rick Grimes team, the real estate renegades. 1. Overview of the project. The RelDeal Pro project was initiated to create cutting-edge cold calling software specifically for commercial real estate agents. The goal was to increase efficiency, improve lead conversions, and provide real-time market intelligence through AI-powered tools. Rick Grimes, along with his dedicated team, led the project from inception to successful market launch. Objective: the executive summary's first objective is to provide an overview of the project's purpose and goals. In this case, it's to highlight that RelDeal Pro was designed to optimize cold calling in commercial real estate, bringing innovative tools to the market to increase agents' success rates. 2. Key achievements. A major function of the executive summary is to spotlight key accomplishments. Rick and his team hit several critical milestones: successful market launch. Michon coordinated a flawless launch campaign that exceeded user adoption expectations by 150% in the first quarter. Lead conversion boost. Daryl led the customer success team, helping agents see a 40% increase in lead conversion rate within 3 months of using RelDeal Pro. Market expansion. Carol, responsible for market growth, expanded RelDeal Pro into 12 new regional markets, increasing market penetration by 35%. Objective: this section of the executive summary emphasizes the project's successes and how they align with the original goals. It's important to show how these achievements add value to the business, whether through increased revenue, enhanced customer satisfaction, or market growth. 3. Challenges overcome. The executive summary also provides a concise explanation of the obstacles the project faced and how the team overcame them. Technical bottleneck. Early in the project, Eugene identified issues with a multi-line power dialer integration, which delayed CRM syncing. Thanks to Carol's leadership, the engineering team quickly developed a patch, cutting sync times by 50%. Compliance requirements. Eugene ensured the software met all regulatory and compliance standards, guaranteeing that all calls were recorded securely and in accordance with federal and state laws. Objective: here, the summary communicates how challenges were handled, demonstrating the team's problem-solving abilities. It reassures stakeholders that potential setbacks were managed effectively without derailing the project. 4. Alignment with organizational goals. Another crucial objective is to explain how the project contributes to the company's broader goals. For Palo Pro, this meant expanding into new markets and improving the tools that real estate agents rely on to close deals. Revenue growth. The software generated $1.5 million in revenue within the first quarter, contributing to Palo Pro's annual goal of increasing overall sales by 30%. Market leadership. Reldeal Pro positioned Palo Pro as a market leader in AI-driven real estate software, furthering the company's mission of staying at the forefront of innovation in the real estate tech sector. Objective. This section ensures that stakeholders see how the project's success supports the company's strategic objectives. It's about tying the project outcomes directly to the business's long-term goals and priorities. 5. Future projections. The executive summary briefly touches on what's next for the project. Rick Grimes and his team have already identified future enhancements for Reldeal Pro, including expanded features for residential real estate agents and enhanced AI capabilities. Future development. Daryl will lead the next phase of development, which focuses on adding predictive analytics to further refine lead sourcing and expand the platform to residential markets. Objective. This section outlines the project's trajectory and next steps. It keeps stakeholders informed about future opportunities for growth and sets the stage for continued investment in the project. Conclusion. The Reldeal Pro launch was a success, exceeding adoption and revenue expectations while setting the stage for continued growth. With Rick Grimes and the real estate renegades at the helm, the project not only met its initial goals but also positioned Palo Pro for future success in the competitive real estate technology landscape. In this fictional Reldeal Pro executive summary, Rick Grimes and his team highlighted the project's purpose, key achievements, challenges, alignment with company goals, and future projections are all core objectives of an executive summary in an impact report. This format gives a clear, concise view of the project's success and its value to the organization. Test your knowledge. Impact report. 1. Question 1. Impact reports serve which two of the following purposes? 1.A. Impact reports are created for senior stakeholders or project sponsors who weren't involved in the daily details of the project. B. Impact reports provide a why that guides the team while they work on the project. C. Impact reports are extremely detailed and include all the various tasks completed in the project. D. Impact reports are designed to show others the value that the project added. Based on the search results provided, impact reports serve two main purposes. A. Impact reports are created for stakeholders to demonstrate accountability and transparency. D. Impact reports are designed to show others the value that the project or organization added. Specifically, impact reports demonstrate accountability and transparency to stakeholders, including donors, partners, beneficiaries, the public, and employees. They show how an organization is using its resources to achieve its mission. Impact reports are designed to showcase achievements and demonstrate the value and positive change an organization is driving. They highlight key successes, transformative projects, and illustrate the impact of the organization's work. The search results do not support options B or C. Impact reports are not typically used to guide teams during project work, nor are they extremely detailed accounts of all tasks completed. Rather, they focus on communicating outcomes, impact, and value to external stakeholders. 2. Question 2. What are the objectives of an executive summary? Select all that apply. 1.A. To provide an overview of the main points of a larger report. B. To share key takeaways with senior stakeholders who may not have time to review an entire report. C. To communicate the daily ins and outs of the project to other project managers. D. To describe the project's purpose and outcome. The objectives of an executive summary typically include the following. Correct options. A. To provide an overview of the main points of a larger report. An executive summary condenses the essential information from a larger document, allowing readers to grasp the key points quickly. B. To share key takeaways with senior stakeholders who may not have time to review an entire report. It serves as a concise way for busy stakeholders to understand the critical findings and recommendations without delving into the full report. D. To describe the project's purpose and outcome. An executive summary outlines the objectives of the project and summarizes its results, helping stakeholders understand the significance of the work. Incorrect option C. To communicate the daily ins and outs of the project to other project managers. This is not the primary purpose of an executive summary. Instead, it focuses on high-level insights rather than daily operational details. In summary, the correct objectives of an executive summary are options A, B, and D. 3. Question 3. What topics are typically included in an impact report? Select all that apply. 1. What worked? A. Executive summary. B. Next steps. C. Activity descriptions. D. Results. The topics typically included in an impact report are A. Executive summary. B. Next steps. D. Results. What worked? Correct. One of the critical pieces of the impact report is what worked. The report should also include an executive summary, project results, and next steps. These components help summarize the project, outline future actions, and showcase the outcomes, making them essential parts of an impact report. 4. Question 4. What 3 elements are you likely to find in an executive summary of an impact report? 1.A. Project vision. B. Key accomplishments. C. Lessons learned. D. Methodology and approach. The 3 elements you are likely to find in an executive summary of an impact report are A. Project vision. B. Key accomplishments. C. Lessons learned. These elements provide a high-level overview of the project's purpose, significant achievements, and insights gained during the project. 5. Question 5. What should you describe in the key accomplishments section of a project impact report? 1.A. The activities, tasks, and milestones that helped you find success. B. The questions that you included in your user surveys. C. The time estimates for your main project tasks. D. The potential improvements you may apply in the future. In the key accomplishments section of a project impact report, you should describe A. The activities, tasks, and milestones that helped you find success. This option is the most appropriate for the key accomplishments section of a project impact report. Here's why. The key accomplishments section should highlight the significant achievements and positive outcomes of the project. It should focus on the concrete actions and milestones that contributed to the project's success and impact. This section typically includes quantifiable results and qualitative outcomes that demonstrate the project's value and effectiveness. Describing the activities, tasks, and milestones provides context for how the project's goals were achieved and illustrates the path to success. The other options are not suitable for the key accomplishments section. B. The questions included in user surveys are typically part of the methodology section, not key accomplishments. C. Time estimates for project tasks are usually found in project planning documents, not in an impact report's key accomplishments. D. Potential future improvements are generally part of the next steps or recommendations section, not key accomplishments. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, the activities, tasks, and milestones that helped you find success.